Have you ever wanted to fly in a helicopter? I know I have. Ever since I was a small child, I've always been enamored with helicopters. And 2 years ago, while I was on a business trip, I got my first opportunity to fly in one. I was in Orlando for business, and I had some downtime during one day when we didn't have to do any work specifically. So a coworker of mine from another company and I decided to go visit a helicopter tour place that was not far from our hotel. We drove there, we purchased our tickets, we were able to ride in a Robinson R-44, which is a small gas-driven helicopter that is typically used by news agencies and things like that. We waited our turn to get in the helicopter and go for a ride. We sat outside, we took many pictures of the helicopters as they were taking off, ferrying other passengers for their tour around Orlando. When it became our time, we were actually both really excited. We walked out. The wash from the rotors was not as bad as you'd expect, but you still had to kind of hold your hat on because it was blowing pretty strong. We took our seats. I was fortunate, got to sit in the front. My coworker sat in the back. The helicopter took off. It started to shake a lot, which kind of made you a little nervous. And then it finally, lifted off and was actually really smooth as we took off over the highway. We could see all the cars, and we flew up. I was a little nervous because the helicopter itself didn't feel as rigid as it should have been. I felt like if I leaned against the door, I might actually knock it open and fall out. We flew over top of SeaWorld. We actually saw Shamu down in the water. And then we flew towards Universal Studios, flew over all the people on the rides and things of that nature. We actually flew through a small rainstorm, and again, my nervousness about the quality build of the helicopter was more evident when the water actually was spraying through the doors themselves. It was quite nerve-wracking. The feeling of being in the helicopter, because it has a big bubble cockpit, you can look out and you almost feel like you're just flying through the air, not actually in something else, which was a really neat experience. We then flew over to Disneyland. We flew over Epcot Center and the new Harry Potter exhibit theme park area. That was kind of neat to see all the people from way above without actually being in a commercial airplane. When you're in a small enclosed area and you've got a small window to look out of, you can actually look over everything. Our tour was only about 15-20 minutes, so it was time to head back to the landing pad. The helicopter, when he came in, he banked real sharp, and it made your stomach turn like you were on a roller coaster to come in and land. And he landed pretty hard, but it was still a really neat experience. I've since gone on a second helicopter ride in Hawaii, which was a totally amazing thing, and I'm hooked. I would love to have more opportunities to fly in helicopters, and I recommend that everybody do the same. Thank you.